Hi and welcome to the presentation for Team117. Today, in this project, we are going to discuss the method that is used to deploy a website using AWS. The project teammates include Nipun Mahajan, Ankit, Gol, and Sri Venkatesh Vasiraju. Firstly, what is AWS? AWS, or as it says, Amazon Web Services, is a secure cloud services platform offering compute power, database storage, content delivery, and other functionalities to help businesses scale and grow. Today, there are millions of customers that are currently leveraging AWS cloud products and solutions to build sophisticated applications with increased flexibility, scalability, and reliability. But what is for AWS in context of this project? We use LampStack to develop a website in this project, and we are going to do an application that is highly scalable, available, and reliable as well. And this is based off of the LampStack. In detail, what is a stack? A stack is a package or a collection or a bundle of software tools that work together so as to develop a singular framework that help in the development and maintenance of an application. There are multiple stacks that are available today, and LAMP is one of those. In LAMP stack, the L stands for Linux, A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, and P stands for PHP. Generally, people use Python also instead of PHP, but it depends upon the user and the developer's preference and the way he'd like to work on his consumption time on the web page. There are multiple substitutions to the LAMP stack, which include XAMPP and also the MAMP stack, and also the other few stacks which include JavaScript based applications. Common substitutes for LAMP stack include WAMP, where the L is replaced with W, which basically means we are replacing Windows with Linux. And also we have the LAPP stack, which includes PostSQL instead of the MySQL. Now, in detail for the LAMP stack, Linux is an open source development environment and an operating system. One of the most famous Linux operating systems include Ubuntu, which are mostly used by developers today. Apache is one of the most popular web servers in the world. We are going to use the WordPress deployment method to develop a website based on AWS, and Apache in 2000, when WordPress was new, had urged most developers to work on a local host rather than working on the fly. Hence, Apache came up with the MAMP and XAMPP stacks to be able to develop a local host, and today WordPress is a content management system on its own that has zero recovery and downtime. PHP and MySQL are the popular backend frameworks that are used for this purpose. These two frameworks help the web page to be dynamic and also help the user to interact with the web page on a full extent. Combined all these four frameworks, we get an entirely open source platform that is the LAMP stack. Only software installations which are non-standard are proprietary and need to be paid for. But why do we have to use the LAMP stack in the first place? The LAMP stack is a friendly, dynamic web page building tool. Previously, when HTML, CSS, and JavaScript were in their beginning stages, web pages were primarily static, where the user had to follow the company's business rules so as to traverse. But today, the user has much more power in the website and he can interact with the website in a way he is supposed to get to a particular page. Imagine a scenario where we have a user name and a password login situation, and in such a case we develop a PHP function for it such that we are letting only the righteous user to enter our website who is our customer, and this function checks for the right username and password from within the database where we create tables for the user and password and other details for that user. Higher level of data availability is critical to business, and LAMPstack offers the same. LAMPstack has variations that are compatible to the Windows, OS X, and other operation environments as well. Most e-commerce websites today have moved to LAMP stack due to improved security, session variable management, and so on. A few more reasons why LAMP stack is popular. Modularity. Making code modular helps in developing an application that is easy to maintain and debug. Easier tasks include separation of these files and folders on the basis of whether they are front-end or back-end or logical or operating systems based. Generally, in a LAMP stack, www/root folder holds most of the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript based files, whereas the Linux is an operating system within itself running an instance, which includes an Apache server's instance running within Linux. The ease of developing enterprise level secure systems with LAMP has also grown over the years, keeping it on the top table for popular frameworks to develop stack applications. Now I'm forwarding to my teammate to speak about RDS. Thank you.
This is Ankit, and I'll be talking to you about Amazon RDS, which is the relational database system, and why do we need it. So, where does the problem lie in the modern day scenario? It's like managing, monitoring, and optimizing the RDBMS is challenging when we have to scale our systems. So, our focus shifts on managing the database rather than managing the applications. So, what's the solution? Amazon RDS. It's a relational database system which Amazon offers and has a wide variety of features. So first one is managing the DB of your choice from a wide range of options. So Amazon offers compatibility with a lot of SQL and RDBMS, which you can use and make it compatible with your Amazon launching applications. Amazon handles the database system for you while you focus on developing application, which should be your core focus when you are scaling up or building projects from scratch. Guaranteed availability of 24 into 7 into 365 days. So Amazon guarantees that your instance, your applications, your database will be up and running for 365 days all year round and 24 into 7 because it has a backup when you if an instance fails, and if you have to scale up it will have that database instances and everything you need to run your system up and running, and you don't have to worry about that. Performance enhancement and better synchronization with developed applications, which is a core feature of Amazon deployed applications, because when you're deploying applications on cloud you have performance enhancement because you're utilizing whatever the things you have in a stipulated manner, and you don't have to uh, utilize more resources than needed. Best to use when developing scalable projects because it's always good when you pay per use and you utilize only those money resources when you scale up. Pay per use, that this is the best feature which Amazon offers because it's not good to pay when you are not utilizing some of the resources. So as many instances as you use, as many database you use, you have that data in real time and you only pay for whatever amount you use. So it's best with when you are scaling the systems up. Now, how to deploy an RDS instance? So it's pretty simple and which can be done in approximately 10 minutes. So you go to this site in which RDS deployment can be done. This is amazon.com RDS. So you select a database type which can be Amazon Aurora, which is the Amazon solution, or you can use any other database providers, PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB, Oracle Database, or SQL Server, and every these all are currently compatible with Amazon. Choose a DB instance class. So the pricing varies for different databases. If you choose a small instance, you will pay less and you'll have less amount of data memory. And if you have a larger instance, you'll have more features and you'll pay more for that as per your needs. Select a network and gateway for your connection and then enter the database port, and then that's it. You have launched your RDS instance, and on the next screen I'll show you how that screen looks like. So this is the RDS dashboard which we just created. Now here you can see a few features like uh, CPU, memory, and storage. These are the best utility of deploying your application on cloud because here you are monitoring your application usage and data traffic and performances in real time. You have that data visualized in real time, and you know if you need to scale up or you need to change the pricing mechanism to uh, increase the increase the amount of traffic that is coming. So to cater to that, if you need to increase the CPU, memory, or storage, and whatever you are using, you have that data to be analyzed later. Now, Nipul will talk to you more about EC2. I'll catch up with you later. Thanks.
Hi, this is Nipun. I'll be talking about the Amazon Web Services EC2 service. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Computing. Now, what happens is that in a very large organizations, there are data centers which are contain the physical servers to maintain workloads. For example, in the case of College of Business, we have a data center which is used to host eLab. But with cloud computing, we have the ability to launch and manage virtual servers on the cloud. So this EC2 service helps to launch and manage virtual servers on the AWS cloud. And there's no need to manage the data center or the physical hardware that are required for these data centers. As such, I'll be showing you how to create a EC2 instance on Amazon Web Console. So we'll be logging. I'm currently logged into the Amazon console. So I'll just click on EC2, or we can just type in EC2 also to look for a service. And so if you can see that it provides you all the details of the running instances, dedicated host, key pairs, elastic IP, snapshots. So as of now, I have not created any instance. So I'll go ahead and launch an instance. So there are many different options that I can available. So like we can install Amazon Linux 2 AMI with a SSD volume, or we can install a Red Hat Enterprise Linux with a SSD volume, and there are a lot of other service AMIs that are available for us to launch. So currently, since we are using the free tier account, so I'll be just going ahead and using the Amazon Linux 2 AMI. So I select this AMI. Now this is where we choose the instance type. So based on our requirement, we can actually select the type of the instance that we want to create. We can manage about how what is our requirement for CPU. So if you can see that there are different options available for, like, if there are general purpose which has only one CPU compute, or there could be a medium one with two CPUs compute. So currently I'll be going with the free tier eligible, that is the general purpose with one CPU. I'll click on next to configure instance details. So this will involve setting up network, subnet, the IAM roles, so that we have specific person can log into the EC2 instance. Uh, Further, we'll be adding the storage. So I'll be going ahead with the 8 GB size currently, and there are different volume types: general purpose, provisioned, and magnetic. And also, the basic difference between is the IOPS value and the throughput value between these volume types. So provision IOPS has a 400 IOPS. So currently I'll be just working on the general purpose SSD, and I'll review and launch my instance. So this is the detail of the instance that is being created. If you can see, it's a Amazon Linux 2 AMI with an instance type as T2.micro, and with the instance storage EBS only. And it has been assigned a secure automatically assigned a security group that is called as launch wizard 4. So I'll just click on launch. I've earlier created a key pair. Key pair consists of a public key that AWS stores and private key file that I'll be storing. It helps us to connect to the instance securely. So I'm using the already created key pair that I've used earlier, and I will launch the instance. So our instance, the following instance launches has been initiated. So within matter of seconds, these instances will be launched. So if I go back to my EC2 service, so I should uh, get a new. See, this is exactly the instance that that we just created. It has all the details like public DNS, IPv4, public IP. The interesting part about these EC2 instances is that we can either scale them up or down. That is, it is upon us to that if we need the server for whatever particular time, we can keep it. Otherwise, we can very easily go to actions, and we can stop it and or terminate it. Okay, going back to PPT. So I've already spoken about the computing resources, like we're selecting the instance type. The standard instances that are available are small instances and large instances, so we can select these based on your requirement. Now, I'll be talking about the advantages of an EC2 instance. So it helps us to automatically scale servers up and down. The second is it helps to run applications securely, and it also helps to use the commute services that fits to our environment. So it's just not that you'll have to have a data center to run your applications. So you can just get it the EC2 service on the AWS cloud, and you can host your applications on that. Thank you so much. We'll now start creating a website on the Amazon Web Service Cloud. We will be using a LAMP, which refers to Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP, uh, which is suitable for building high availability dynamic websites. And I'll be creating a LAMP stack on single Amazon EC2 instance with a local MySQL database for storage. I'll click on launch button. We have different selection options here. We'll choose a template. We'll select WordPress block and click next. So we'll just change the stack name that we're creating to website, and we'll provide password details for here. Notice that the instance type is t2.small. We'll, we'll then click on next. Uh, so here we're using the AWS Cloud Formation sample uh, to create a beautiful website or blog. This will basically deploy all the resources for us, and we don't have to create everything individually. So I'll click on the create button.
As Nipun talked to you about the stack creation, this is me, Ankit, who will be talking to you about how that stack looks on our Amazon platform. So here we have our stack info, where it shows the status as completed, a green check mark, which shows it is completed and ready to be worked with. And now when we go on to the events column, event section, it shows us what led to the stack creation here and what steps did we follow for that. Now the two other sections are resources and the parameters. Now with the resources, we can have the information about the uh, RDS that we deployed and the RDS instance and the elastic load balancer and how it is working with our EC2 instances. Now, as you know, that elastic load balancer manages the server traffic across instance, so that this structure of Amazon is very compatible with any kind of scalability issues and application enlargement issues that we might have in other normal relational databases deployments. So these resources and these parameters, as you can see here, like the DB class is t2.small. These were what we passed in our template when we initialized and set up this platform. So as you can see that in the description, you can see various things here about EC2 and RDS instances. You can see like the default instance is t2 small, and so that template had all the information which was supplied, and this platform got to know, okay, these are the parameters we have to deal with. And so we have all the data translated into resources and parameters here through our template, and the end result is the output that we get. So now this is the website URL which is compatible with the Amazon compatible WordPress, which will be opening in a short while, and Sri Venkatesh will be talking and making you go through that whole process.
Hi and welcome back. This is Venki, and I'm now going to be talking about how you're going to be installing WordPress. From the previous screen where we ended at the key value pairs where you can view the public IP address, once you choose that IP address and try to go to the admin page, you would be deferred to the installation page first. Now, as you can see, this is the installation page, and this has a few fields that would require you to choose a username and a password, a title for your site, your email address, and a password that is suggested by the database from within. Now I have filled my site title to be bookstore, username to be ANV team, and a password that is strong and suggested within the sphere, and email address as nimahajan@colostate.edu. Now I'm going to install WordPress. Now you can see that the WordPress instance has successfully been installed, and I'm going to save these two on a piece of paper, and then I'm going to work through the development of different pages within my website. Now let's go ahead and log in first. I have copy pasted and saved the password from the previous instance, and here is our WordPress dashboard. um, Primarily, all the WordPress repositories store the web pages within this repository called the pages. And for now, I'm going to add, and I'm just going to check out this sample page and hit quick edit. And here I can see the properties of my page, date created, and all of that. So these look fine to me. I'm going to hit update, and that should be fine. I'm going to see how this page looks for now. So I'm going to hit view, and there you go. It opens up a sample page for me in another new WordPress page. And this is a sample WordPress blog page that has been provided free by the AWS Marketplace, and we can go ahead and change these in the future as per the requirement. Now let's go back. Let me show you how to develop a new page within the WordPress site. Hit on add new, that is a button just beside the pages, and I'm going to add a title that says ANV Team Bookstore. Remember that this is capable of rendering different kinds of templates based on how you want to edit your HTML or CSS, or you can just always stick on to the display side and always edit the display even if you don't know how to code HTML and CSS. And I'm going to hit publish, and that saves the page. Now let's go back and check out if this new page has been added to the whole stack. As you can see over here in the first, there is the recent most page that we created. Now let's try to view it. Here's another page. That's how that worked. And since you're logged in and you're still a current WordPress user, always at the bottom of the blog post, depending on the style that the blog has been developed by WordPress, you can see a button called edit. As soon as you hit the edit button, you'd be taken to the quick edit or the edit page for that particular page.